right, let's try this again. I got distracted. Hello, and welcome back to Just Growing Her Knitting. My name is Heather, and I am coming to you from a very snowy Spokane Valley, Washington. I woke up this morning to snow on the ground. Luckily, I work from home, so I don't have to drive or go out in it. But here I am, coming to you. It's Wednesday, January 28th, and I thought I'd go over my finished objects, my works in progress, like we do every week, holding myself accountable to try to get things done. Oh, where to find me? You can find me on the internet, on Instagram, Ravelry, and all the things. I will put my information down below. I've tried putting it on the actual screen, but then that messes everything up. So I just put it down in the drop down below. So we will start. We have some whips, one finished object, two finished objects, a half finished object, quite a few whips, one finished, and some cranked sock tubes. We'll talk about those. Should we talk about those first? Should we talk about my FOs? Let's talk about my FOs. So, I'm trying to decide where to go. So we'll start with my first FO. I was working on this last week. It's knit out of Knit Picks Dishie worsted weight, and the colorway is jalapeño. It is just a knit dishcloth. These are really good for just mindless knitting. Doesn't take very long. It's knit on the bias. I cast on 3 stitches, knit a row, and then increase every row on only one side. Get to my desired stitches across, which is usually about 43 stitches. Then I start decreasing, which is knit 1, knit 2 together, every row on one side. But this is all finished, so it's gonna go in the give away bin. My next FO is a hoe, so half finished object. So I finished sock 1 of my collection of columns test knit for Nancy of knitsiphappy. I'm calling this my sock mullet of sorts. So here's the first sock. It's 15 rounds of ribbing, and then on just the back, you see, is this little lace motif. It's kind of hard to see. I think I'll be able to get better pictures. And then a heel flap and gusset in contrast yarn. And then I knit the foot, and then the toe is a rounded toe. I'm using this perfect pair from Michaels in Better Days. It's a colorway. It's a, let me see, can you see that? It's a, I found it, 70% acrylic, 23% viscose from bamboo, and 7% polyester. It's a yarn I got on clearance at Michaels when they were discontinuing they were no longer carrying that. Sorry, I keep looking over. The baby's sleeping and I have her monitor pulled up on my iPad so I can keep track of her. And this is the contrast, so that's what I'm looking at. She's not feeling good today, but this is a contrast yarn. It's just a gray. It's Bernat Barocco Comfort Sock. It's 50% acrylic and 50% nylon. So that's what I have for finished objects. Not a whole lot, but that's okay. I'm trying to work through. Sorry for the squeaky chair again. it's having a moment. I think I need to have my husband figure out what's going on. Anyway, sorry. We digress. So my next finished object is going to be some sock tubes. So I cranked these on my circular sock knitting machine last night. I'd been itching to crank, and they are Patons Croy sock in the colorway Dad's Jacquard. I've had this yarn since 2019, so what I'm doing is I'm cranking my patterns and posting it on my Etsy shop for sale. So these are for sale, pre-cranked. You just go in and add your heels, toes, and cuffs. These are 60 stitches per 60 stitches around. So still kind of snug. I could probably loosen it up. It came out to 8.5 stitches per inch. I have 2 of them, so the listing is for both of these because it's a matching pair. Dye lots are the same. So these are on my Etsy now. They are 193 rows exactly for both of them. The next one I did was I did this sock tube. Like I said, I was really itching to crank, and these I already had on cones, so I was like, well, let me see how it works on my 60 and see, because it's a thicker yarn. My 60 does better. I think I'm going to order it's either a 54 or 56, and I think that will be the ideal number for patterns and like sour balls and anything that's a thicker yarn but still classified as fingering. But here's this one. It came out to 197 rows, and this one I'm just going to add heels, toes, and cuffs. This one is not for sale. I only had 1 of these, so I'm probably going to make these for the oldest daughter. Cut it in half and then just go from there. Add the cuff, add a toe, and then measure for the heel. That's sock tube number 2. I actually did a video of me cranking this one, and I will insert it after I talk about this last sock tube I did, and then we'll move on to the next project. So this sock tube is done. This is also a Patons. I've had this for ever. I think it was one of the very first yarns I ever purchased, and so I might have to recrank this one. We'll see. So this one is leftovers from a Zalver ball. It's the 6-ply Zalver ball. So it's a little thicker. I started out here and it's way too loose, and then I tightened it up to the same tension as these ones. And there's a couple spots that it got a little too tight, but overall it's not too terrible. So the same thing, this was 59 grams that I had left. I'm gonna add in cuff, split it in half, and then do toes. These will probably be for my husband, maybe my son. We will see how I'm feeling when it comes time to do it. But I thought I'd go ahead and crank some sock tubes. And then I'll insert the video here. my tag. So this is from Weird Sisters Wool. This is a fiber. Well, I have it all done. This is Peachy Keen. It's 85% Polworth, 15% silk. And I'm going to apply it with this very bright Rambouillet from Palouse Yarn Company. It's a 4 ounce, they're both 4 ounces, and this is lemon and this is Peachy Keen. So my goal tonight is hopefully to get these started on plying, but here they are. They're so fun. The silk was a little difficult for me to spin, but I got it figured out. So she's awake. We'll see if she wants out or if she's okay in her crib for a little bit while I go through these quickly. So the next thing I'm working on out of Knit Picks Dishie in the colorway Goldfish is another dishcloth. This is knit on a US size 7, 4.5 millimeter needle. I'm using my bamboo Chiaogus. For some reason, when I knit cotton, I like to use bamboo. Another whip, like I said, I got a lot of whips, is my second sock for Nancy of knitsiphappy. I only have just a few rounds of the ribbing. I'm knitting this on my US size 1, 2.25 millimeter tiny 9-inch Chiaogu circular needle. We already talked about the yarns. Let me snap that. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. Next whip is, we won't talk about that yet. I have the toes done, and I separated this Western Sky Knits yarn that we got in Montana. I talked about this last week. So now I'm going to start the cuffs, and then I'll put in heels. So that's that. And last but not least, I'm looking. Oh, let me put this back in. I have my test knit sweater, Colder Than Yesterday sweater by Noriknits, in my wonderful Walmart bag. I will hopefully find a bag to switch it over to, but for now it's just hanging out in here. I'm using my loops and thread yarn that I got from Michaels with my Cascade Kid Silk in a pink. So we have the body, which is on hold. We have, and still attached to the yarn. No, I'm knitting this on a US size 10. These are my metal needles. I like them. Maybe not as much as other needles. They're cold. It takes a while for them to get warmed up, and then it's better. But so the body is done. I don't know yet if I'm going to add length. It was 13.25 inches for the body. I did 14. I know when I block it, it's gonna grow about an inch. But then my first sleeve is all done. So I got this finished. So here's the cuff all the way up. I put it on holders. I'm knitting size 7. It's size 7. What's the bust size? Bust circumference? It's a 60. And it's going to have 6 to 10 inches of positive ease. I'm about a 48-inch bust, so we should be somewhere 46. 56 is 10, so I should have about, that math isn't mathing, but I am knitting the 60-inch bust. Maybe my bust was bigger when I measured. I don't know. Had a baby, measured, picked, but anyway, so sleeve number 1 is done, and then I am working on sleeve number 2. I am using my Chiaogu Tiny Twists in the large size because I'm knitting a US 10. That's what I needed to get gauge. This was knit on a 6. This is supposed to be a 7, US 7, but I needed a 10 to get the same gauge as the designer. So we are getting there. Once I get this sleeve done, then I'm going to connect it, and then we start the shoulder shaping. It has like a saddle shoulder, so I will have to probably concentrate on that. But yay, that is done. Well, not done. The sleeve is done. The body's done. I have one more sleeve. Hopefully, well, I've been working on it at nighttime, so I don't get a ton of, like, I'm not getting a ton of lead weight, like, not getting a ton done at a time, but if I can get at least one round of increases, I knit five rows and then increase. So if I can do one, then it won't, so 6 rows a night, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I have to do 18 total increases. So, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 done. So 14 more to go, and then my sleeve is done. I think she went back to sleep. The poor thing is sick, and I hate that. So spinning, I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna get my bobbin and start playing tonight. I am going to work on that after dinner like I do every night. My dishcloth is just dishcloth. Gotta work on my socks. And then my other socks, the ones that are in here, they're not, I'm not in a hurry to get them done. It would be nice to add to my husband's little stash. I put my sock tubes on Etsy, and then the other 2 are just gonna go into rotation for knitting. I'm not gonna work on those yet, but I just wanted to crank. Wanted to see how they worked on the 60. And then I think that's it. I have no plans this weekend. Maybe clean, maybe set up the baby's toys that she got for her birthday. I'm starting to get sick. I'm starting to get her cold that she has. So my goal is to hopefully sit on my sofa and rest most of the weekend. I think she's sleeping. Maybe she's not. I'm not sure. But with that being said, the winner from the giveaway hasn't answered me back. So if you watch this video or last video, let me see if I can get there. Name again. I'm not doing very good at this, am I? Your videos. We don't want to play that. Enjoying the journey. Cancer is a lifestyle. Email me. DM me on Esty. Let me know what you want to do, because you won some sock yarn from me. Whether it's cranked or I just send it to you. However you want to do it. Just let me know. Fill me in. Which I showed them last time. I'm not going to go grab them there in the bedroom. But let me know. You are the winner. I would love to get you a gift. A little present from me to you. Anyways, I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you to the new viewers. Thank you for the returning viewers. If you want to, you can like my video. You don't have to. You can subscribe. You don't have to. You can comment on the video. You don't have to. But it would be fun. We can talk, get to know each other. Like I said last video, I don't have very many real live knitting friends. So we just might as well make a community of knitters. I mean, there is a community of knitters, but you know, community, more the merrier. So with that being said, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Hope you have a great weekend, great week, and enjoy the time you have crafting and hanging out with your families and all the fun stuff. All right, thank you guys. Bye.